The tragic loss of Terry Trafford leaves an unanswered question as to why he would take his own life. NBC 25's Stephanie Parkinson went to the crisis center in Saginaw today, speaking with a man who lost his father to suicide. Stephanie, what do they say can drive someone to this point?
Bill, there are several factors, and in cases like this, the answer often never comes. But with a high-profile person, there are always added pressures.
I mean, that kind of pressure to perform publicly is really intense.
A community, a team, a family, all grieving the loss of 20-year-old Terry Trafford. The young Spirit hockey player took his own life after officials with the team say he was sent home after disciplinary action.
Although being depressed may contribute to thinking about suicide, it's really not the primary factor in completing suicide. For youth, that primary factor is impulsivity.
Johnson says in young adults or teens, that's why it can be even more difficult to see signs. But she says anytime there's a big change in life, suicide can be something anyone thinks about.
When you look at someone who's gone through a situation that they perceive as life-altering, where you feel humiliated, like you may have let other people down, feeling devastated, overwhelmed, and then not really having the coping skills at that age to deal with such a tremendous life-changing event.
The question that often goes unanswered is exactly why it happened. Craig Voorhees lost his father to suicide 7 years ago. He says he still doesn't have the answers.
As you go through the grieving process, that answering that question becomes less important. You move on to the missing and the just adjusting to the new life. Doesn't mean I accept it, doesn't mean I like it.
For Craig to cope with his loss, he's taken his story to others in hopes of helping prevent suicides.
In any situation, we try to find the good in things.
What Craig does now, speaking to others, is actually one of the best ways to help prevent it. Johnson says talking about suicide can help. She says if you think someone might be thinking about suicide, ask them. Then make sure you help connect them with the resources available like the 24-hour crisis lines. Live in the studio, Stephanie Parkinson, NBC 25 News.